Well, hello, catfish people. Hope everybody's having a good day today. It's Saturday, and I'm out fishing. Hopefully, I've got a good signal here. We'll find out in a second. I'm fishing on Lake Wateree in South Carolina, and it's not known for its cell signal. Well, it is known for its cell signal. It's known that it's usually pretty bad. So we'll see if this works. I'm actually out on the water, anchored up, and I'm just curious how the signal's going to work. Hey, some people are rolling in. That's cool. That's cool. What's up, Palmetto Cats? I got your shirt on, dude. On a shark fishing trip the other day, and we smoked some sharks. So you'll be seeing the Palmetto Cat shirt in some upcoming videos. So thanks for the shirt, and yeah, I got some good play in one of the videos shark fishing down at the coast. So give me a little thumbs up or or whatever on what the signal looks like. I was showing good bars a second ago, so yeah, hopefully the signal's halfway decent. Wateree's hit or miss on cell signal. Where I'm at right now may look good. If I go right there where my finger's at, it could be gone completely. So I'm anchored up, and we'll try it and see what happens. We'll see just how it goes here. So fishing for some catfish. I've got, sorry, seeing what's going on here. On that side of the boat, I've got white perch out. On that side of the boat, I've got a bunch of little bitty threadfin and gizzard shad that I caught yesterday. So just trying to see what's going on with the fishing. It's the first time I've been back catching catfish in several weeks. First time I've been on water in months. So anyway, Nathan was saying, I think you were saying you knew my son from somewhere. What was that where I think it was from where they dissected frogs probably. I can't get my comments back because my finger's wet. There it is. I saw him at the place where we cut open the frog. Okay. What Nathan's talking about is my son went to a homeschooling thing where they dissected a frog a couple of weeks ago. Hopefully Grayson did not pull his pocket knife out to cut apart the frog. I have to make sure he doesn't do that kind of stuff, and hopefully he didn't chase anybody around the room with the frog parts. So that's cool that you got to meet him. That's awesome. He's a pretty good kid most of the time. Hopefully he was nice there. What's up? Hello from Shelby. Nathan Davis tuned in. Wow, Pensacola. Jason's watching from down there. Dustin Smith out on Moultrie. Yeah, I was planning to go to Monticello this morning. I got up at my camper this morning, and as I was standing there, the way the camper's situated where we sit, I can hear wind pretty good. And I noticed the wind was blowing pretty good. So Junior Proctor was down there fishing. I messaged him. I said, dude, I'm probably not going to come down there if it's blowing as hard as I think it is. And he said it was smart. He said it was white capping. So it blew pretty hard this morning when I first got here, and it's kind of laid off since then. Most hated grower, Carlsbad, New Mexico. Wow, that's out in Flores country out there. So hopefully you get to run into Chris Flores from Muddy River catfishing out there in New Mexico occasionally. But yeah, the wind was blowing pretty good out here this morning. It's laid down some. We had a band of rain come through. It's pretty amazing. And Broken Bow, Oklahoma, very cool. Got them from all over the country today. Waco, Texas, that's awesome. JT's Crappy Cave, very cool. Columbus, Ohio there with Robert. Texas again. Got a lot of people watching. Man, it's really amazing, and I thank y'all for watching and for tuning in, because it's really amazing. It's, when I started this channel, it's a lot of local people, a lot of people, Oregon, Illinois, Nebraska. Wow, there's a pile of them from all over. It's interesting how it's grown and it's expanded. South Dakota. Is it cold in South Dakota yet? I bet it is. I bet y'all are getting some cold weather up there already. That's awesome. Louisville. I'll be out there again next year. But yeah, got people from all over the place. Maryland, West Virginia. That's where my family's from. Nathan up in Ripley, West Virginia. Indianapolis was out there for the race. Yeah, man, it's a widespread. That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. It's amazing how it just grows and grows and grows and gets bigger and bigger and bigger and all that kind of stuff. So what's funny is somebody just said, ready fall, it's been near 100 degrees plus. It was 97 to 99 here yesterday. And you see what I'm in today. I'm not wearing this because it's rainy and still. I'm wearing it because it's actually a little bit chilly out here today. It's only chill. It's not really chilly. I'm still in shorts, but it's only chilly because we're used to such heat. So anyway, it is what it is. Somebody was asking about the fishing. The fishing's actually been good. I've been anchored in this one spot all morning. Counter's up to 12. Caught 12 fish. Nothing of any size. Nothing really big, super significant. Just a lot of, I don't know, anywhere from, there's a lot of like 8 to 10 pound fish, and there's a bunch of like a few little eaters here, little small eaters. So it's okay. It's just kind of a steady bite. And they've got the Cabela's King Cat tournament going on out here today. Interesting weekend on this lake. They had a tournament yesterday. And you're thinking, well, Friday, why do you have a tournament on Friday? Well, somewhere along the way, somebody messed up scheduling. And I'm not sure who got what, where first, but the Cabela's King Cat tournament is today. And the guys from Southeastern Catfish Club decided they were supposed to have theirs today. So instead of having them on the same day and it just being a big old pain in the butt, they decided to have theirs on Friday. And, you know, everybody's thinking, probably won't be that many people show up for that one. It's kind of a local tournament. I mean, it's just here on the Catawba chain of lakes. And they figured, it won't have that many people. It's a Friday. People aren't going to have to take off work. 80 boats showed up for it. 80 boats for a local tournament. Amazing. If the Cabela's tournament gets half that many boats, I'll be shocked. So amazing turnout. But Cabela's has theirs today. It's going on. I've seen a couple of boats running around, but not that many. So we'll see what happens with the fishing. It's probably going to be a 20-pound average to win it. That's kind of where I'm at, 20, 21, somewhere right in there. Probably what it'll take to win the thing. So glad I'm not in it because I wouldn't be doing real good. So, yeah. But I'm not really trying super hard. I'm going to get up and move here at some point, but I wanted to do this live thing while I was anchored up in a place with good cell signal. 6 rods in the water. Any of y'all that tuned in late, anchored up. I'm right around the Beaver, June Creek, Colonel Creek area, kind of in there if you know anything about Lake Wateree. And so, yeah, it's kind of a cool area. Fishing here. Bait in here, it's all over the place. Bait was pretty easy to catch, and yeah, so it's good fishing. Nathan, sorry to hear about your brother. I saw something there in the scroll. It was scrolling by, taking him to the ER. That ain't good. Hope everything works out there, man. Throw a prayer out there for him. Hope everything works out good. There's Dale Sturgis. Wind was cool and Wiley this morning. Yeah, it was blowing pretty good out here. It finally feels like fall. That's the biggest thing. We're a couple of weeks into fall, but it finally actually feels like it a little bit. It's going to be back up to 80 tomorrow. Today's nice and comfy, and yeah, but it's going to warm back up a little bit. But it feels good right now, so it's nice to be out here. Pretty good catch rate. This lake is known to die at noon. That's kind of an old saying we have here. It dies at noon. I don't know why that is, so we'll see what happens here in just a little bit. But out of all the tournaments and times I've spent fishing out here on this lake, it can be really, really good in the morning, and they flip a switch and the fish quit biting. So Dale Sturgis, I saw him in here. He's fished this lake plenty of times in plenty of tournaments. He can attest to that. This lake can shut down sometimes after lunch. Not sure why. It's a beautiful day though. It's overcast, it's cloudy, so maybe I can stay on some fish and keep catching a few here. But anyway, if you got here late, I got some little bitty small threadfin on this side of the boat and some white perch on this side of the boat. So that's kind of what the spread is. Not many pleasure boaters. Somebody was asking about that. 1 or 2 here and there, but it's just nice right now. I mean, it's cloudy, it's a little bit cooler, people are going to stay in. I think I saw 1 jet ski this morning. Nothing like it normally is. So we're getting into that good time. The bad part for me is that this means deer season, and I do a lot of deer hunting. So it's a time that, you know, I'm back in the woods deer hunting. My son loves to hunt. We'll be out in the woods hunting. I've got kind of some work stuff this week, and then we hit it hard once our firearm season comes in, which is next week. So, bam, I hit it pretty hard for about 6 weeks, and then it's back into fishing mode. So, it's a good time. Any of you guys that fish, enjoy fishing, thinking about fishing, new to catching catfish, now's a good time to get out. Everybody thinks summertime, you know, it's warm, all that kind of stuff. It's actually probably one of the worst times to get out fishing in the middle of the summer. We're actually getting into a time. Spring is fall is almost like spring. They're both kind of good transition times, temperature-wise. Temperatures getting to a tolerable level, and fishing gets good. Water temperature is about 82 degrees here, and it was about 89 yesterday when I was out here. So we got a good 7-degree drop. It's not going to go. It'll probably drop throughout today. The temperature will continue to go down. So I'm thinking probably by tomorrow we'll be out of the 80-degree temperatures. I think by tomorrow we'll be into the 70s, which is awesome sauce when it comes to catching catfish. And I think by the end of the week, the 80s may be gone completely. So we'll see. I'm hopeful. Somebody was asking about the hunts. Yes, I do. I do record the hunts, Nathan. I've got some on my channel. I'll be honest with you. I'm kind of reevaluating what I'm going to do with it. I may just keep putting them up. They don't get a lot of views because most of you guys that tune into the channel are into the fishing. I put one up, was it Friday, I think. We went out and put up a deer feeder and, you know, did a little video on that. And, you know, they get a few views, but most of the people that either watch the channel or the channel is distributed to through YouTube is distributed to fishermen. And consequently, those people are more interested in that kind of stuff. Some of them do hunt. A lot of them do hunt. I feel sure that I see a lot of the people that come into the Dieter Melhorn fishing page on Facebook are hunters. So there's a lot of crossover there that goes on. But I think as far as the way the whole algorithm thing works and that whole magical voodoo stuff that goes on there, I think the videos get disseminated to fishermen more than they do hunters. But I don't know. There's also a part of me that says I don't care, and I'm just going to put up I'm just going to shoot and do the videos that I like to do, and I'm going to put them up. So that's probably what I'll end up doing, because that's what makes it fun. We've chronicled one of the greatest videos I've ever done. I don't think it's got that many views. It's a turkey hunt with my son from year before last. And it's one of the greatest hunts, if not the greatest hunt I've ever been on. He was able to kill 2 turkeys. I'm shaking like a leaf. I can't even purr with the mouth call. It sounds horrible. It's hilarious. It's hilarious if you're a turkey hunter. It's hilarious going back and watching it. But it's a great hunt. It didn't get that many views. It didn't do super duper great, but I'm glad I recorded it. We got some hunts last year we recorded, so I'll probably keep doing it. It is what it is. It's part of the Dieter Melhorn fishing lifestyle. Maybe I need to change the name to Dieter Melhorn Outdoors, and I've thought about that. Give me your ideas on that real quick. There's not getting many people. Well, we got 71 in here. Changing the name. A lot of people say it doesn't matter. I don't think that it does. I don't think it matters where your stuff goes. I wonder if it makes a difference as far as people subscribing, not subscribing, following, checking it out. I don't know. Give me your ideas. Thumbs up or thumbs down, name change. Thumbs up for changing it to Dieter Melhorn Outdoors. Thumbs down for not. So, just curious what your thoughts are. Haven't got bit. Y'all have been bad luck so far. I don't think it matters either. Yeah, Matthew, I really don't think it matters. It may be more just for the feel of it or whatever. I don't know. I don't think it matters, and whether people watch it or not, I think it's where the content goes to. So anyway, thank you, Richard. I appreciate it. I try to keep it entertaining, keep it different. I wish I could do more of these Thank you, Bass and Catfish. That's a good channel name right there. I like that, Bass and Catfish. Even though I don't fish for bass unless they're striped bass. Speaking of striped bass story from yesterday, I'm out here throwing a cast net, catching a lot of little small threadfin. I'm like, man, I need to get some perch, some big shad. And I'm up around the bridge, see some stuff on the side scan over toward the bridge. Throw the net out there. As soon as it starts to sink, I can feel it in the line. I can feel that. If y'all throw a cast net, you know what it feels. You can feel when big stuff's in it. And I said, oh, I got some big shad. I went to pulling that net in, and there were 8 stripers. They were about this big. Just, I don't know, probably 2-year-old stripers, juvenile stripers, a little bit bigger than white perch, that were in that net. And we're in there, I guess, feeding on some of that small threadfin. So that was my striper catch. I caught 8 stripers in one throw of the net last night. Obviously, those were all released alive. Can't keep those. Illegal to keep those if you catch them in a cast net. What's Ricky saying? I'm an oil field hand. I love watching your show when I'm at work. Don't do it much fishing, but I love it. Thanks for all the videos. You could post more. Ricky, that's really interesting because I was talking with somebody about that yesterday. It was actually Jeremy Coe, who is, I taped a podcast with him, and he's the director of the Cabela's King Cat tournament. By the way, I do have a podcast, guys. Check it out. If any of you do any driving, sitting in class, I don't advise listening to podcasts sitting in class, but if I was in school now, I'd probably be listening to podcasts in class. Just go to my website. It's on all the popular, ones out there, iTunes and Spotify and wherever the podcasts are. There's a bunch of them. There's a whole pile. They gave me a whole list of places that you can find it. Go to my website, DieterMelhornFishing.com. Right there when you click on it on your phone, you'll see the thing for the podcast. That will take you to Anchor where it's hosted. You can listen to it there, or you can just subscribe to it on whatever you listen to podcasts on. Anyway, was taping a podcast with Jeremy yesterday, and we were talking about how many people that, like you, reach out and say, hey, I don't fish much. I don't get to fish a lot. I've got some people that watch the channel that, some of them can't get out, and they end up watching it. And it's one of the reasons I try to do some of these live things. I'm going to do more, I promise. Once work slows down here a little bit, I'm going to do some more of these because they can be entertaining to watch if you're, stuck at home, or I've had people watch them from the hospital before, which is, crazy. But hey, if that helps you along, that's awesome. That's cool. So anyway, I'm trying to do some longer videos too for people that are watching. But anyway, the podcast is another extension of that. It's something that you can listen to without having to look at my ugly face. So Nathan, keep us posted on what happens with your brother there. That's bad news that he got hit. I saw earlier that he got hit playing football, and that's not good. Grayson, my son, has been wanting to play football, and I've been putting it off. Some of y'all know in the real world, I do video production work for a living, and some of the stuff that we do is for ESPN, and we've shot a bunch of stories on the whole concussion, traumatic brain injury, all that stuff from playing football and boxing and all that. And I've been very hesitant to get him into football at an early age. We talk to a lot of coaches, and a lot of them will tell you, wait. They say, wait, you don't need to do it at an early age, do it later. Basically save your concussions for when you get older. So hope everything's okay there, Nathan. Saying a prayer for him, and I hope everything works out good there. It heals my craving. I sure will watch hunting videos if you put them out. Yeah, Ricky, if you go to my channel, I know a lot of stuff, kind of with the way YouTube seems to work, is stuff kind of gets served up to you in your suggested and all that kind of stuff. So, or if you're subscribed to the channel, you'll get a notification or whatever. Or if you've watched a lot of my videos, more of my videos will get suggested to you. But yeah, if you go to my channel and just in that section, just do a little search for, type in my name and hunting, all the hunting stuff will pop up. We got a bunch of them on there. I say a bunch. We got several of them on there. A good one from last season where Grayson killed his biggest deer. A nice deer. Got the ones I did initially, the first year we did them, were just kind of with the GoPro. I didn't really try that hard. Last year we upped the game a little bit and they got a little bit better. I'm a little bit concerned they may have gotten a little bit better to the point that YouTube may start, they haven't done it yet, but doing some demonetization with them, because you have to be kind of careful with some of the bloody gory details, shooting deer, flopping kind of stuff that they're not real keen on. So, but I don't think we crossed the line on that. I think everything was nice and clean and advertiser friendly. So yeah, check those out if you're into the hunting stuff. I'll probably keep doing them. The more I sit here and talk about it, the more I'm just gonna do it. I'm trying to stay on a schedule of 2 videos a week, doing them on Tuesday and Friday. And usually the catfishing, I've tried to put or a good fishing tale on Tuesday, and then Fridays sometimes fishing. Like I said, the deer corn, that's putting up the deer feeder, was kind of this week's. There's no telling what may be Friday, so that may be my experiment play around. I don't know if that's the best thing for the channel in the long run, but it is what it is. If it's stuff that you guys like to see, then that's cool. Try to do some more fishing. You know, there'll be probably a lot of them done this winter. I do a lot of fishing in the winter, and my work slows down in the winter. Winter, especially December into the first part of January, good time to be on the water for catching big fish. So see if I can scroll through some of the comments here. I've been jacking my jaws, looking at rods, not talking a lot. What pound test line and leaders do you use? Mike, good question. I've got 30-pound Andy line on here. It's monofilament. That's it there. It's 30-pound mono Andy Monster. I like monofilament for a couple reasons. I like the stretch, I like the forgiveness, I like the fact that it sinks, and it's affordable, and what else? That's it. It's easy to tie and deal with if it gets tangled, and a lot of reasons I like it. I use braid on my spinning rods that I used to catch bait with, that I used to catch crappie with, that I used to catch bluegill with. I know that seems crazy, but that's what I got on there. Getting ready to re-spool it with some more. This is Power Pro Super Slick, 20-pound. I could go lighter. It's just tying knots and everything else and dealing with it's a pain in the butt once it gets too much lighter. So anyway, those are the lines I use. I use the braid when I need sensitivity, and I use the mono for basically my winching and my work. So good question. Do you plan on or want buying a new boat? Pete, if you're asking, do I want or plan to buy a new boat? I do not plan to buy a new boat. I'll go through stages of wanting a new boat, and then I ask myself the real question of what would I actually get if I got a new boat. And that's where it gets complicated, and I end up losing track of my own thoughts at that point. I've had this boat 12 years now. I've had that motor for 12 years. It's got probably 1,500 hours on it. It's a Suzuki 90. I will probably upgrade it at some point if I don't get a totally new boat. Would be interested in a new boat. It's just a matter of figuring out what I would go with if I was going to replace this. This is not the best boat in the world, but it dang sure ain't the worst boat in the world. It's very versatile. It's got a lot of room. It's very affordable. It has some downsides. One of the downsides to it is it's not the smoothest boat in rough water, but it'll also float in 11 inches of water. So there are good points and bad points. A lot of room in it, center console, tows easy, loads easy. So there's good points and bad points. It's just, you know, perfect world, I've got 3 boats. That would probably be the perfect world. And in that same perfect world, I have enough money to pay for them. Sadly, I don't live in that world, so I kind of compromise with what I do here. So I'm going fishing at Lake Wateree tomorrow. There's too much wind today. Benny, there's never too much wind. No, I know what you're saying. Wind is wind can be tough. I don't like anchoring in it because my boat, one of the downsides to my boat is the way my boat sits in the water. It sits so much on top of the water. It's like a bobber, and you have to really do some hardcore anchoring to get it to not want to float around on top of the water. But now drifting, I can drift in about any kind of wind I want to, but drifting is a little more work when you get into heavy wind, dealing with the drift socks and everything else. So I know your pain. The wind's come and gone today. It was bad when I got here. It went away. Now there's a little bit of a breeze now, but boat's staying in place, so it's not that bad. Is at least not where I'm sitting at. So what do you use for catfish? What bait do you use for catfish in the winter? Walter's asking that. I use a lot of white perch. White perch seems to be the primo bait because I really upsize bait early in the winter. When you get into that water temperatures dropping down into the 50s, that early time, it seems like they're feeding for cold weather or something. I mean, we say that's what they're doing. Who knows what they're really doing? But for whatever reason, that is a good time to be chunking the big baits. And I'll usually go with white perch. They're readily available, or some bigger shad. You can still catch them on shad. You know, that time of the year is just fine. Those are just the baits. Perch is usually readily available. They're usually schooled up and you can get on them. And the biggest thing with, with perch. Yeah, with perch. The good thing about perch is I can catch them and keep them in my 100-gallon tank at home for weeks, months, and especially once those water temperatures get down into the 50s. So I've got an available stash of bait right there at my boat so that when I want to go fishing, I just go fishing. I don't have to worry about catching bait. Am I going to catch bait? There's bait out here. I'm watching the rod because I may have a fish. Yeah, I think there's a small fish on it. Nathan has a pet cricket. Did I read that right? Like a little cricket. His name is Tony. Nathan, I think you're losing your mind. While you get your meds going, I'm going to go see if there's a fish on this tree. You may actually get to see a fish caught. And you know what we say? A pet cricket. Really? I'm losing my mind. Let me see what this fish is. You know what we say? A fish caught live is a good fish. So. And I'm taping this for actually a video that I'm putting together. So if you hear me talking, that's what it's for. Yeah, there's a small fish on there. Small one, boom, whack and stack. He's little. Got to nurse him in. I can tell it's little. Feels like a channel cat. Nurse him in, baby. Nurse him in. There goes another rod. That rod's getting smacked. We'll smack. We're gonna nurse him in. Nurse him. Nurse him. Nurse him. Nurse him. Nurse him. Nurse him. Bigger than I thought. You ever heard me say that before? How do you say? You hook good? Boat in no boat. Boat there. Cowboy. Come here, sucker. You stink. Oh, you're pooping in my boat. It's pooping in my boat. This is not fit for live TV. Another long, skinny one. There he is, guys. Long, skinny. I've been catching nothing but long, skinny blues today. He's wanting to talk. Do you have something to tell people? What? Where the fish at? What? Oh, I've got a hold of your... Okay, okay. Are they eating shad or perch? He's whispering. Okay. All right, I got to read lips now. You're not going to talk to me? That's all you're giving me. I've been so good to you. Okay, he's talking. Okay. On the bottom. Okay. There we go. Oh, more? Okay, I'll do that. I'll do that. And you tell everybody that I'm a good fisherman and I put you back. Okay? Okay, that's good. See, you gotta be friendly with the fish. Because, see, look, he wants to talk to you. Tell everybody, hey. I wonder what it's like to be a fish and see yourself on a screen like that. Is that gotta be creepy or what? I just feel like he's gonna slap me in the head with his tail any second now. All right, let's get you back. Now see, I challenge you. Do you see Bill Dance do that? Do you see Roland Martin do that? No, nobody talks to the fish. Nobody. I can talk to them. This is the beauty of the lunacy of my channel. I gotta put more bait on here. By the way, I will say this. Very important thing here. One, we gotta see if there's fish still in there. That is fish. Hey, Jimmy Houston, if you're watching, I know you watch my channel sometimes. Do you talk to fish like that? Can you communicate with him? Are you a Dr. Doolittle? Jimmy, chime in if you're watching. I've caught about, that was what, number 13. I've probably caught 5 fish on this green, homemade, demon, dragon, catfish, sumo rattle that I made. You notice I get jacked up when I catch a fish? Sorry. Here's the rig. Let's go over the rig basics. People always ask about the rig. I gotta check bait too. Chime in if you're in there, Jimmy. Santee rig is all I'm fishing. We got main line, main Andy line there. Snap swivel, weight, leader. This is kind of a long one. That's probably 36 inches. Got my little rattle thingy. My circle hook. And a piece of worn out bait that I fished with all morning long. When I catch that many, I thought I heard a rod. What am I hearing? I'm hearing things. Turn that camera on. By the way, I'm not looking at the feed. So let me get this out. New piece of bait on there. Get that back in the water. I will say half the fish have come off of this rod. Now, why have half the fish come off of that rod? Let's talk about that. Talk about it in a second. Let me check bait on this one. I'm fishing 6 rods. It's legal to fish 99 rods in this state. If you have blonde hair, you can fish 110. Bait's good there. Boom. That one back out. I'm going to check these. These have the threadfin on them. And the problem with the threadfin is when they get hit, the bait's gone. So it's small baits and it's gone, it's gone. And I'll get back over here and talk to y'all in a second. Anybody that just tuned in, we just caught a fish. I'm okay. Nothing to see here. Camera popped out. That was funny. Still in the boat. We're still in the boat. No, caught a fish. Hi y'all. How y'all doing? Got some guys over here looking at me like I've lost my mind. That's why we took the bait. There's nothing on that one. This one rigged a little different. Instead of having the rattle on there, I've got just a regular peg float. A line rattle. Make a little noise. Hooker's terminal tackle line rattle. I put mine here because this floats up to it, it bumps it, makes some noise. So let me grab, I'm not falling out of the boat. I gotta grab some little shads. I'm playing around with these shad just to see if they'll hit at these because there's such an abundance of them. Not really, so it's just some small shad on there. Getting hit, smaller fish, but back out there. I think what I may do, since check these real quick. These are Big Cat Fever rods. These are the 7'6" medium action. It's their white rod. Got 3 different reels that I'm using. This one here is an Ancient Mariner. I've also got, see, there's another one without bait. You know what we're gonna do? Put a piece of perch on this one. I've got C300, C300, that's the camera I use. Abu Garcia 6500 C3s, 2 of those, and 2 lose reels. Don't worry about writing that down or scrolling back. Just go to my website, DieterMelhornFishing.com. I've got all this stuff in the gear section. Still got some on there. Yeah, we got one. Let's do this. Let's do this. We got one little piece on there. Ugh. That was a nasty smelling head. Hang on, let me grab some bait here. Still here, folks. Dieter's alive. Grabbing bait out of the cooler on the front of the boat. No need to be concerned. The only time to worry about me is when I get quiet. All right, for any of y'all that just tuned in and were thinking to yourself, great, another guy who I'm staring at his back while he's fishing. Wrong. I'm gonna sit here now and annoy you by talking to you for the next hour. Now, I don't know how long I'm gonna be on here. Anyway, we got a fish. 13, kabam. Yay. All right, so where was I? I was getting ready to talk about something. Oh, that rod's caught a lot of fish today. Why is that? Got several rods that have bait on there like that. Is it that green float? Is it that demon dragon float that made it happen? Is it the sinker? Nah, probably not. That's probably where that is at in relation to where the river channel is and where the hump is. Any of you guys that fish out of a boat, fish off the bank, sometimes you'll have those days where you'll put a rod out, you'll put a bunch of rods out like here. I got 6. They're spread out pretty much all around the boat. There's some going that way, and then that way. So we got them fan cast out. But you'll have one rod that'll just boom, boom, boom. It's big. Usually not. Usually there's something out there. Like here, my thinking is I'm anchored. This is the river channel. This is the deep part of the river. There's a flat up here. I'm anchored right up here. So I've got stuff going down here. I've got some stuff over here, some stuff over here. My thesis is that that one's getting hit because of where it's laying in relation to the river channel. There also may be some mussels. Got a couple of them poop on me kind of good in here. So that may be the thing. So sometimes it's the way it's rigged up, but a lot of times it's where you're casting it and what you're casting it into is what's making a difference. You know, there's some places where we could be set up and you've got a tree that you're throwing it next to. Could be something like that. Could be making the difference. So something to keep in mind. Let's see what we got here. Jeff's asking, I got a huge gar. Okay, get my lines to the catfish. Hell, those girls start to disappear as that water temperature falls down. We get that a lot around here too, especially when the temperature is really, really hot. You'll get those. Whenever I start hearing guys saying, man, that fish slammed that rod over, but he didn't hook up. He slammed it and folded it over. Usually it's gar. If you got gar there, that's probably what's happening to you. Because they will hit that thing and take off like a freight train. Because of their bodies, they can cover a lot of water very quickly. And they will fold a rod over, and it's very hard to hook them. Very hard to hook them. You have to go for like a rope lure or something like that, or just get lucky and get a hook in them. Somebody was asking about Steve Douglas's video. Where's it at here? Somebody's asking about Steve Douglas. I have not seen his latest video. I haven't had a chance to watch too much YouTube lately. Just because of fishing, work, all that kind of stuff. And really trying to edit some videos to get some stuff kind of stockpiled up for deer season. So, yeah. Hey, Mr. Melhorn, good to see you. Live in southeast Colorado. We can only fish with 2 rods. Randy, southeast Colorado, is that where it's plains? Because I know like the eastern half of Colorado is almost like Kansas or something, isn't it? So, yeah, that's interesting. There's some states where you can only fish with 1 rod. I think Luke Hedges from Northwoods Anglers, Northwoods Angling, I think they can only fish with 1 rod per person. So we're very liberal. I say liberal with as in allowing a whole lot of rods. Here in the Carolinas, there's no rod limits. Ironically, there is a rod limit fishing from the bank in South Carolina. You can only have 4 rods per person fishing on the bank. It used to be 2. But at some point, they decided to change it to 4. So I guess that's, I don't know, I guess I can see that because bank space is limited and you go to any of these public places, you could really make a mess of stuff out there if you just had a pile of them strewn out about. So yeah, interesting. Thanks, David. Appreciate it, buddy. Yeah, the wind's kind of, it's on and off here right now. It's doing better. If in the catfish tournament on Possum Kingdom in 2 weeks, JT Scrappy Cave asking that. I do not have any friends fishing it that I know of. I wish I did because my buddy I think is sponsoring some bait tanks for that thing. And Shad Shack is who I'm talking about. If you need a bait tank, check those out. I think he's trying to get some of those bait tanks out there. So yeah, if I was going, I'd take some Shad Shacks out there to drop off, but I'm not. That should be an interesting tournament. It's interesting what is happening with the Possum Kingdom tournament, how they're approaching stuff and doing some stuff differently and doing some stuff at a different level. They're trying to up the game on a lot of levels, and that's impressive and fun to watch to see how it unfolds. I've been saying for a while that there needs to be a shift, change, move in the way we're doing catfish tournaments. I don't know exactly what it is. Part of the podcast that I taped with Jeremy Coe from Cabela's King Cat yesterday, we talked about that, and I've talked with some other people about it. I just think our paradigm with catfish tournaments is basically the same mentality they used on bass tournaments. All we did was scratch out bass, put catfish, and that was it. I mean, honestly, you look at some of the rules from the early catfish tournaments when I started fishing them, they were literally copied and pasted bass fishing rules. And they just honestly scratched out bass and put catfish. There was stuff in there, the 5 fish limit, that's been one that I've been very much against. They even had stuff in there. There's a rule that you will see in old bass tournaments of no fishing around gas pumps. And that whole thing stemmed from guys throwing spinner baits, crankbaits, that kind of stuff up under these, marinas and stuff, these docks. And they used to have these gas lines running out there, and then the way the gas lines were, you could hook them and snag them and rip holes in them and all that. So that was one of the reasons for that. I still see those in there, and I'll ask a tournament, why do you have that rule in there? Well, I don't know. I mean, you don't block the gas pump. It has nothing to do with it. But yeah, I think some stuff needs to change and grow. So I'm curious to see what happens with like Possum Kingdom. Excited to see what they're doing. They're doing some stuff with the broadcasting of it, which I think is very important for you guys, because if I've got what I got up here, I'm covering my finger with it, 100 and some people watching, okay, and I'm nobody, okay. So you can imagine this was, you got 100 people here watching. I told nobody I was doing this. Imagine if I spent 2 weeks, 3 weeks, a month promoting something like a Possum Kingdom tournament, Mississippi River Monsters, the Ice Bowl that's coming up in January, which I hope to fish. And you had people waiting to come see it, waiting to come see the weigh in. You'd have hundreds of people coming in to watch. And I'm not just talking the people that, you look at a Facebook count and it's kind of misleading because that's everybody that it's been thrown in front of. But you got a lot of opportunity to keep you guys entertained, give you guys something fun to watch that's, in the world that you love, fishing outdoors, that kind of thing. And I think it's a good opportunity. And there goes a fish right there. We're getting bit again. Let's see if he stayed hooked up. Get up here where you can see me. It's fine. This is still there. Is he there? No, he is not there. Oh, wait. No. He took that bait from back there and went over there. Did not stay hooked up. It's a bigger bait. Got some slime on the line. Not like it hooked up. They're hitting these baits and going to the deep water. Bam. Dang. Thought we had us one. Dang, heartbreak. Now what they're doing is that fish, like the last one, they're hitting it up here and then heading back toward that river channel with it. I think this fish are coming up here to feed, getting something, good nugget of something, heading off to the deep water with it. So. But yeah, what I was saying was, it looks like Possum Kingdom is going to do some of the stuff that I've been harping on these people to do, spend the money to do, and that's put up some kind of broadcast. I got to sneeze. I'm either going to sneeze or... it's better. We love live TV, don't we? Is get something out there for the people to watch. So that's good. That's good. I hope that happens. So I thank you there, and I hope that Possum Kingdom sets the bar with it and get some of these other people on board. Some of these live feeds are hideous when they start hideous. Let me say it again, hideous. So I'm hoping that they kind of up the standard a little bit and take it to be something that can be entertaining, because it's a shame that we can go watch a bass tournament and see a weigh-in there. We want to see a catfish tournament weigh-in, especially these big ones that they talk about and hype and promote, and then you can't see the weigh-in. You don't hear anything about it for 3 or 4 days. You don't know who won it. You guys are interested in it. I'm interested in it, and I think they need to do a better job, and that's just something that I think we'll see with the evolution. So enough of my rant. I'm trying to get my fingers dried off so I can move this screen here. Gesundheit, thank you. To finish from the cabin, Possum Kingdom up there to meet Chris Flores. Tell Chris I said duh. If you see him, he'll know what I'm talking about. Some of y'all know what I'm talking about when I say that. Thought I heard a rod move. Sorry. Gotta go. Get for Sean, Robert. Nice seeing you. Bye bye. What did I miss? I had to fix something from my brother. Kenneth, you didn't miss a lot. I've caught one fish. It's been okay. Had a bite, had one that picked up a bait, ran with it, didn't stay hooked up. I'm telling you, dude, we're into that 12:30 range. This lake starts to shut down. I should have went live early, and y'all would have seen more fish get caught. How many of y'all gonna be up tomorrow morning? I may do this tomorrow morning when I'm out here fishing. I may try doing it tomorrow. So we'll say, have you heard anything about the conference yet? Richard, good question. For you guys that don't know, we got a bunch of people in here. Thanks everybody who's dropping in, by the way. If you're new to the channel, I'm Peter Melhorn. I'm the mouth of the show. Try to do these live ones every now and then, and along with the other stuff. So thanks for dropping by. You're asking about the Catfish Conference. A lot of y'all don't know about that. It may be something that's new to you. For the past 4 years, in February, I think it's the third weekend, third or fourth, they have what they call the Catfish Conference, which is basically a trade show. It's taking place in Louisville, Kentucky. It's gotten bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger, and it's pretty cool. It's a good gathering of pretty much everybody in the catfish industry, and I've been going for the past 2 years, did some live feeds out there last year, planning to up that game tremendously this year. With a lot of stuff. I'm going to try scheduling up a bunch of people to bring in. I had Catfish Dave last year come sit down with me for a little bit. Had Chris Flores, Glenn from Rig Rap. I forget who else. The videos are on my channel, but I'm going to try to up the game with some of that this year. But anyway, it's a big show. Anything you can think of catfish wise is there. It's a great place to see every catfish rod made. Muddy River Catfishing sells a rod. You can see it there. The rods I use from them, Big Cat Fever, Catch the Fever. You can see there. I got a bite and I'm distracted. B&M has rods there. Whisker Seeker has rods there. Everybody has rods, and you don't have to pay any shipping, so it's a great place to see rods. But anyway, they've got that show going on in February. Word is there's going to be 2 more shows, and they have not firmed any of those dates up yet. Rumor is there's going to be one on the eastern seaboard, Virginia, North Carolina, South Carolina, somewhere in there. The other rumor is the other one is going to be west toward Texas, Oklahoma, somewhere out there. So I hope that works out good. I hope that works out good and doesn't desaturate things. The one thing about having one show is that the vendors put all their time and effort and money into going to that one show. A little bit of a pain in the butt for the fans, the fishermen, because that's the only show you got, and it can be a long way if you're in the Northeast or if you're in Texas or in California or whatever. So that's kind of the bad side to having one show. The downside to having 3 shows is being that most of the vendors in the catfish industry are small. It's hard for them to come up with the money to travel and commit the time to doing 3 shows. So we will see where the balance is. And speaking of balance, there's another show that's going to be coming to Pigeon Forge, Tennessee. A totally different dynamic from any of these shows, because these shows are, they're kind of a time of the year people don't travel in a place that's not really a travel destination. The thing with this Catapalooza is the name of it. That is going to be in Pigeon Forge. It's in June, for one. That's the time when most kids are out of school, families are planning their summer vacations and their travels. And it's in a travel destination. There is a lot to do in Pigeon Forge, Gatlinburg area of Tennessee. Pretty good location as far as, being to where people can travel to, and a lot to do. So it's very easy. If the kids are out of school, you can load the family up and go down there, stay in a hotel. The kids got stuff to do while daddy's out at the fishing show. If the whole family wants to go, great. There was even talk about possibly a tournament that weekend, even though the fishing may not be good. That would be another incentive to get people. So that one has a lot of potential. Now, this is going to be its first year, so that's a big variable and a big hurdle to overcome, and just orchestrating all this stuff. So, but yeah, it'll be interesting. So a lot of different stuff out there, a lot of growth, and if the economy stays good, we'll be in good shape. So that'll be the biggest determining factor in all of this. Economy's good right now. People have money. People have disposable income. So that's good. Hopefully that answers your question. Ask me one question. It takes me 20 minutes to answer it. So there you go. Bite over the right side corner. I guess you would say that one. If it was that one, it was probably that little perch right I got back there. Perch are not abundant today. How's the fishing going? Just joining in. Brian, it's really honestly good. I've caught 13 fish. It's kind of died a little bit here since I went live, but it's not y'all's fault. It's just the way the bite goes here on this lake. It was good this morning. Pretty good bite. I've been sitting in this one place for 4 hours, 3 hours, however long it's been. So I think I found all the stupid fish. I'm probably going to do a little bit of drifting here, just see if I can do something a little different. And I'm going to be fishing tomorrow morning. So if y'all are up in the morning, I may do another live deal tomorrow, depending on where I fish. I may go to Lake Monticello. Cell service is pretty good there, I think. Here, it's tough. The reason I did it live here is because this spot where I'm at has good cell service. If I go right there, I may not have any cell service. It's very weird in this place. So, the National Guard wouldn't let anyone near the river because of flooding. Yeah, dude, listen, the whole thing with, I see that about the flooding and stuff. It's been a weird year, weather-wise for everybody. It's flooding going on, lots of rain, then it gets horribly hot and a drought. I mean, it's just crazy. Not a lot of normal, but it is what it is. One thing is for sure, winter will come. I think it's gonna get cold. So anyway, it will get cold. We'll be back in full winter cycle, and it'll be what it'll be, and that's fishing. So anyway, well, I'll tell you what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna jump off here for now. I'm gonna make a move, and I appreciate everybody joining in. If you like the channel, consider subscribing. That way you'll be notified. Hit that little bell too. That bell, some people say they don't get notifications. You hit that bell, and that will send out a notification to you on your phone that, hey, Dieter's going live, or Dieter's live right now. So it helps. They don't always do it, but most of the time, especially if you have been watching stuff, they will send out notifications on that stuff. And let me say one more thing too. A lot of people in here, probably some new people. You watch any of my videos, you'll see the comments are off. Big Long, I got a video up that I just put up a couple weeks ago explaining that again. I feel like I've told everybody, but somebody inevitably asked. That is a YouTube deal. It is something that YouTube has done, and I explained it in the video where I go secret about my channel or something, but it has something to do with this whole kids commenting thing. The original thing we heard was, and they hit Outdoor Boys and some other people. There's about 10 or 12,000 channels they shut off comments to. The deal was originally, if you had any kids in any of your content, they were going to shut your comments off. There is something on that perch rod. Hang on. We'll get back to this thought. I'm not sure what's on it, but we'll see. Poor thing. Somebody was right. There was a fish on here. Oh. That one right there. Where's my other pliers? Where's my other pliers? There they are. Simmer down. I grab these things with pliers now. Some of y'all know why. If you don't know why, go back and watch my best of 2018 video. Here's my little fish, little bitty blue, little bitty sucker. We'll leave that in. Yes, they are dangerous. Some of y'all that have been around my channel for a while will know that. I had one a little smaller than that, actually. Put a fin all the way through this finger. And the video's up. You can see the video. Do a little searching. Go Dieter, put my name in, and fin through my finger. Oh, it still makes me cringe thinking about it. Anyway, it was a horrific ordeal. Just go watch the video. You'll see the ordeal I went through getting it out. And my rig wrap scissors are the whole reason I got the thing out. But yeah, and I had to. I got a video where it shows it, and I think the thumbnail is me doing that. So, but check out the video. You'll watch it. And then I had to re-edit the thing for my best of video, or best of 2018, and it was just cringe-worthy. I need to redo the title on it. Cringe-worthy. It's totally, it makes me cringe. But anyway, where was I? I was saying something. I forgot what I was saying. I was getting ready to say I'm leaving, and now I'm not. I was telling you something. I guess I got to click that one. That one counts. Not big, but he counts. I can't forget what my ranting was on. That happens sometimes when you're sitting here talking. There's a lot of people. People keep coming in even after I tell them I'm done. I was talking about the comments part. It's a YouTube deal. They told us originally that there was a child predator ring that was used in the comment section to communicate stuff about kids in the videos, or where to find kids, or they had some not real clear thing, so they turned comments off. Now, if you watch any of my videos, occasionally my son's in a video. Not that many though. Meanwhile, there's all these other channels that have lots of kids. So anyway, Outdoor Boys is another one that has his comments turned off, and there's some others. So that's the reason I don't have comments. My point in all of this is, it's not that I don't love you guys. It's a YouTube thing. It's their fault. They may turn them back on. They say they're working on it. I'm also hearing they're going to kill comments on all channels across YouTube. So my whole point in all of this is I try to put in the community section a video up, a link to the video that I put up each week, so you can comment there. It's open to comments. If you ever have a question for me, leave a comment there. If you have a question, comment for me, idea, and I get them daily, don't hesitate to reach out. Just go to my website, DieterMelhornFishing.com. You can message me on there or email me, whatever you want to do. And yeah, I love the feedback. I get feedback from people on fishing ideas, story ideas, podcast ideas, shut up and don't talk so much ideas. You need to talk more. You show too many fish. You need to show less fish. Your videos are too long. Your videos need to be longer. I love the feedback. I love the information, because there's a lot of good stuff out there, and I like hearing what people think on different stuff. So don't hesitate if you got some ideas or something you want to throw out there. And some people just say, hey, don't respond to this. You know, love the channel. You know, enjoy what you're doing. Hey, don't respond to this. Your channel sucks. I'm never watching again. So I get it across the board. So, and that's cool. I like getting the feedback. I wish YouTube had it to where the comments were there. You guys can, what's funny is you can comment on this. These comments will stay up on this live video. Everything you say here will be up there, but on a video that I put up that's posted, it worked on one about 2 weeks ago. I had a video that went up, comments stayed up, and then the next video I put up 2 days later, comments weren't on it. So don't know, something with their algorithm magic going on there. So it is what it is. So it is. So we just keep on fishing, keep on cranking out the content, keep on enjoying what we're doing, having a good time. So with that, I'm gonna leave. Enjoyed having you guys here. Glad y'all got to see me catch fish. That's my seal impersonation there. It's pretty good, huh? That's it for now, and we'll catch y'all out on the water.